What is Finfare Money? Well, simply put, it gives employers an easy way to issue MasterCard charge cards to their employees. So this short video will be an overview of the platform that enables that and shows you just how easy it is to get started. So Finfare does underwrite a line of credit for the employer, and what you see on the screen is what you would see as an admin user when you first sign in. So again, I point out that it's an admin user because there's a lot more choices for an admin user versus a regular card holder. And I'll show you how simple it is for the card holders as well. So when you first sign in, this is the total amount of available credit to the company overall. So this is all the card holders all rolled up into one. And so this is all the spending on the entire platform by all employees. So you can see there's a basic breakdown of where your money is going. You can kind of track expenses over time. You can see how many cards have been issued. And so very, very simple. And we give you the way to make a payment. So I'm going to go through these tabs kind of a little bit out of order, because when you first sign in, the first thing you're going to need to do is invite employees to the platform. They're going to have their own accounts. They don't go through any kind of credit underwriting or anything. And it's important to note that even with Finfare Money overall, there's no personal guarantees. This is a business line of credit. So even though the owner of the business may need to provide their social security number for identity verification, there is no personal guarantee, and we don't hit your personal credit at all. That's important. The other important thing to note is that we are helping small businesses build their credit. So as you make payments on the platform each month, we will report those to the appropriate credit agencies. So again, you would go to the people section, and then you can simply invite employees. Very simple. Once the employees are on the platform, they can either request a card, and those can be virtual or physical cards, or you can invite them, or you can create a card for them. And creating a card is very simple. So we're just going to pick an employee here. In this case, I'm going to pick myself. I already have a physical card, so I'm only allowed to have one physical card per employee. So I'm going to go ahead and create a virtual card. You can have many virtual cards, and virtual cards are very useful for subscriptions. If you have any trouble canceling your subscription, you can just simply cancel or freeze the card, and they won't be able to make any charges to it. So in this case, I'm going to make a custom card. I could give it a nickname, set up a limit. How often is it going to refresh? Maybe it's a meal card only. I could set up a restriction to say that it can only be used at restaurants, and it refreshes every day for $25. Use it or lose it. And I could set a transaction limit. So you've got a lot of flexibility here. I think most people just, set the overall limit and they don't put a lot of restrictions on it, but that's up to you as an employer if you want to do that. So that's the people part. That's the cards. Of course, we need a way for you to make a payment. This is a charge card, so you do have to pay your balance off each month, and you would do that through this tab. You can schedule the payment in advance. And then, of course, we've got the accounting tab. This is for a direct integration with your accounting system. Currently supported is QuickBooks Online. If your accounting system is not currently supported for the direct integration, of course, you can download your transactions, and then you can import them into your accounting system as a CSV file. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the employee account now, because typically it's going to be employees that are going to be utilizing some of the features here. So you can see when I go to the employee account, the dashboard is much simpler. I don't see everybody else's transactions. I only see my own for whatever cards I have. And so you can see I've got several cards already in place, and I'm only seeing my transactions. Now, a good employee will go in and they'll snap a picture of their receipt, and they'll just drop it right onto the transaction, and then they don't have to do expense reports. Of course, you'd like to add a memo, and then we also added this reference ID if it's for a specific project or specific job, and you want to be able to group all of those expenses together, especially useful for like contractors and anybody doing service work. You have the ability to link a reference ID to each individual specific transaction. And then you can see that there is cash back. We offer very competitive cash back. It's 1.5% that is across the board on any qualified transaction. And then there is an additional 4% cash back at many, many restaurants and hotels that is through something called the MasterCard Savings Program. So those actually just show up as a statement credit, and it's automatic. You don't have to opt in. You don't have to sign up for anything. It's just if they're part of the MasterCard Easy Savings Program, you get that cash back. So that's really it. At this point, this is when I would normally open it up for questions. So if you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out at finfare.com, and we would be happy to answer any questions that you have. Thank you.